This is your High Desert Sports Report, the Victor Valley's only weekly action highlights sports program, covering our area's schools, teams, athletes, and sporting events.
It felt good!
It felt so good. Smiles everywhere, good feelings. Everybody's having a good time tonight.
The cause of jubilation? The first Victor Valley College victory of the Artie Allen era. KENYARD Edwards Jr. scores 4 touchdowns, including this 80-yard race to the end zone in the 46-0 thumping of L.A. Pierce. KENYARD Edwards Jr. touchdowns come on runs of 17, 23, and 15 yards in addition to the 80-yarder. Impressive as the offense is, the Rams' defense is equally magnificent, limiting the visiting Brahmas to 125 yards total offense.
I like the way how we all executed. We all came after the ball. Everybody got in. I made some plays, and that's it. Got it.
The Rams' defense has the Brahmas at bay from the start. The entire left side of the defense is upon the quarterback, GABE SADI Jr., first to lay a hand on him, 22 Mac Miller, 44 is Logan Soriano, 17 Deshaun Griffin. Back-to-back tackles for a loss, GABE SADI Jr. is 6'1", 240, sophomore linebacker and defensive captain from Apple Valley.
Gabe, what did you like best about the way that defense played tonight?
I like the way our defense executed and flew around to the ball, and everybody got a chance to make a play tonight.
JORDAN PAYNE, the 6'3", 215-pound sophomore linebacker from Pensacola, Florida, displaying his lateral pursuit speed, running down the ball carrier from behind on the reverse. The Rams' defense held L.A. Pierce to 50 yards rushing. A bobbled snap on 4th down turns the ball over to the Rams at the 38. This is 2nd and 8 at the 36. Brandon Wingle to Jalen Yancey for the first down. First of 6 receptions on the day for Jalen Yancey, the 5'11", 195-pound freshman and former Adelanto Saint. 3rd and 1 at the 17. KENYARD Edwards Jr. caps the 5-play, 38-yard drive, racing to the outside and sprinting untouched to the end zone. 7-0 Rams, 5 minutes in. Touchdown number 2 completes VVC's second possession. KENYARD Edwards Jr. with the 23-yard dash to pay dirt, or pay turf as the case may be, again untouched. 14-0 Rams with 5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. L.A. Pierce responds with a drive taking them deep into VVC territory, and this 4th down play at the 11. Keyshawn Wilson drops the scrambling quarterback, and the Rams take over on downs. Keyshawn Wilson, the 6', 180-pound sophomore defensive back, records 5 solo tackles this day, and you'll see him break up pass attempts in red zone coverage later on that preserve the Victor Valley College shutout. All in all, an outstanding game for the former Adelanto Saint. Tangible traits that make KENYARD Edwards Jr. such an outstanding ball carrier include strength and balance. Watch him shed one tackle or meet another head-on and spin away for added yardage on this 8-yard carry, the final play of the first quarter. O-line, guards Russell Chapman, 74, Ruben Savaria, 77, Milan Nadzikov, 56, and Kevin Hoskins, 53. Center Chris Torres Jr., 76. KENYARD Edwards Jr. slips out of an arm tackle, reverses field, gets a downfield block from Alex Gonzalez, and carries for 32 yards. He averages just under 11 yards a carry this game. From the 15 through an enormous hole, the 3rd touchdown for KENYARD Edwards Jr., again untouched. 2 minutes into the second quarter, 21-0 Rams. That's the score at the half. Offensive play had been sluggish through most of the second quarter, and Coach Artie Allen addressed that at halftime.
It was definitely a halftime when our coaches told us we need to play better. It didn't work.
Midway through the third quarter, the biggest play of the day, KENYARD Edwards Jr. breaks a tackle in the backfield, cuts back and to the outside and outruns the Brahmas secondary for his 80-yard touchdown.
Seen a big hole, made a miss. My brother already told me, took it to the house.
You broke a tackle in the backfield, though.
Yeah. Yeah, make everybody miss. That's the best thing as a running back.
You getting tired?
Nah. I mean, somewhat, but it's good for the team.
Keep it going. Thank you.
The Rams add another third-quarter touchdown on Brandon Wingle's perfectly thrown pass to LaShawn Potts from 9 yards out. The final touchdown is also a Brandon Wingle to LaShawn Potts connection, 64 yards with just under 4 minutes left to play. The former Bakersfield Christian High School All-American offers his analysis.
Congratulations on the win, Brandon. What did you like best about the way the offense played tonight?
I think we played well together, and I think we did make a lot. Even though we did make a lot of mistakes, we came back and we bounced back from those mistakes and we fixed them. And I just think we played well as a team.
What did you like best, Chris, about the way this offense played tonight?
Definitely today we clicked a lot better on the line, and as a whole offense we clicked better today. Definitely. Last week was a tough loss, but this week we just need to continue to get better.
Good job. Congratulations.
Here are some of the outstanding individual plays by Rams defenders. Former Oak Hills Bulldog Chase Blue, the tackle for a loss. Chase Blue, 6 foot 205-pound freshman linebacker. Marquise Cato stays with the deep pass and registers his third interception of the season. Marquise Cato is 5'9", 170, a freshman defensive back, shown alongside fellow former Apple Valley Sun Devil Gabe Sadi Jr. Gang tackle for a loss. 13 times Rams defenders throw Brahma's ball carriers for a loss. This is the final L.A. Pierce deep penetration into Rams territory, and it requires excellent play by defensive backs in pass coverage, breaking up what otherwise would be scoring passes. Keyshawn Wilson on the 3rd and goal. Then, when the Brahma quarterback scrambles to avoid the pass rush, Michael Barnett times his contact perfectly to prevent the completion. Michael Barnett is 5'11", 160, a sophomore and another former Adelanto Saint. The Rams are right back home the following Saturday, hosting Compton. Griner brings you this Victor Valley College Online Sports Report. Griner Buick GMC in Victorville, proudly supporting VVC teams and athletes. Griner has the best damn used cars, period. Your High Desert Sports Report is brought to you by Down Home Grill in Victorville on the corner of Bear Valley Road and Ridgecrest Road.
Sold.
Bid fast and last, sold on supporting High Desert sports. Howard's, recognizing and supporting the teams, athletes, schools, and sports programs throughout the Victor Valley. The Bradco Companies, supporting all of the teams and sports programs throughout the Mojave River Valley. Iwanzak Law Firm, trial lawyers for serious problems. Valu Quality Truck Body. Valu manufactures state-of-the-art truck bodies for the construction industry nationwide. Griner Buick GMC in Victorville. Griner has the best damn used cars, period. And by the Community Table Restaurant in the Holiday Inn in Victorville, supporting High Desert teams, athletes, and sports programs. Terry Kurtz here, inviting you to join us on Terry Kurtz Online, the half-hour report on High Desert and Mojave River Valley events and activities, entertainment, and history. It shows 3 times daily at 7:30 and 11:30 mornings and 4:30 in the afternoon, right here on Victor Valley TV, immediately following your High Desert Sports Report. It's the most informative and entertaining half-hour of High Desert television today. Serrano, Sultana, and Silverado did their homework, winning at home, and Granite Hills had a successful field trip, winning on the road, to close out pre-league campaigns. Coach Casey Mahalchek got the balanced offensive attack he sought in the Diamondbacks' victory over Victor Valley. Peyton Cornell threw for 2 touchdowns and ran for 2 more in winning 42-6, improving Serrano to 4-1. Corinthians Jones accounted for the Jackrabbits, scoring a touchdown pass. Coach Jeff Vanover's Rabbits take a 3-2 record into their Desert Sky League opener against Silverado. Coach Kieran Jones' Hawks got on the winning track with a homecoming triumph over the King Wolves from Riverside. Lyndon LaVar ran the opening kickoff back for a touchdown and caught 2 touchdown passes. Granite Hills got touchdowns from Jeremy Hughes, Brayley Rybot, and Byron Rivas before Malik Kinney raced 95 yards to score, following Lance Henderson's game-saving, fumble-causing tackle and fumble recovery. Coach Alex Gonzalez, Cougars enter MRL play at 4-1. Craig Yankaskis and Jeremiah McGee scored the Scorpions touchdowns. Casey Goodnose, Scorpions seek win number 1 in next week's key game at Sultana. Adrian Perez scored the game's only touchdown in Sultana's win. Coach Joe Shear's Sultans emerged 3-2, entering Thursday's key game. Coach Isaac Griffin's 1-4 Saints fell just short against Hemet. Aztecs Coach Ray Silva needs a DSL opening win against Granite Hills to pull Barstow's record even at 3-3. Howard's brings you this high school football report. Howard's, recognizing and supporting the teams, athletes, schools, and sports programs throughout the Victor Valley. Finally, for high school football fans and teams, the week we have all been waiting for, league games. And 2 Thursday night games may go a long way in determining eventual league champions. The Serrano Diamondbacks are at Apple Valley. Victor Valley's Jackrabbits host defending Desert Sky League champions Silverado. The Mojave River League game kicking off the league campaign should be a barn burner. The Diamondbacks are 4-1, locked in, loaded, and set to strike down the Sun Devils' bid for supremacy in the MRL. Coach Casey Mahalchek's usual run-oriented offense is led by quarterback Peyton Cornell, who has thrown 8 scoring passes while carrying for 6 rushing touchdowns. Coach Kyle Godfrey's reigning league champion Sun Devils ride a 3-game winning streak. The Orange Crush defense has shut out their last 2 opponents. What factors make this defense so good?
What makes this defense so good is just flying to the ball and just having that killer instinct. We all want tackles, all want the ball. So yeah.
One of the things that makes this defense so special is that we just have the bond to play for one another, and that brings the aggressiveness into it. And if you can't trust somebody on the other side of the ball with you, then you can't play aggressively and put your 100% trust in them. And that's what makes the defense, is flying around and trusting each other to make those tackles.
Apple Valley's offense revolves around Jaden Max Denegal, the 6'5", 224-pound Michigan Wolverine commit. 10 touchdown passes to 6 different receivers, and equally dangerous or more dangerous when scrambling, 5 rushing touchdowns. Coach Jeff Vanover's Victor Valley Jackrabbits host defending Desert Sky League champions Silverado in the other Thursday night pairing. Of great importance to Hesperia counterparts, the key game, Coach Joe Scherf's 3-2 Sultans hosting Coach Casey Goodnose's Crosstown Scorpions in the 26th annual rivalry game. Coach Robert Metzger's 4-1 Bulldogs are heavy favorites at Burroughs in their MRL opener. The other DSL opener, Coach Ray Silva's Aztec, host Granite Hills. The preseason pick to win the Desert Sky League? Too tough to call. Coach Alex Gonzalez Cougars, definitely a front-runner. Byron Rivas leads all area quarterbacks with 13 touchdown passes. The winners of the Granite Hills and Victor Valley games may well be on a collision course for the league title. And that is not to discount the Adelanto Saints, led by the ultra-talented Keith Reynolds. The Saints this week at non-league opponent Rancho Christian in Temecula. Bid Fast bids best of luck to these teams and players, locked in and loaded for their league openers. You can bid online on firearms and ammo, in addition to jewelry, vehicles, estate property, and unique antiques and collectibles at bidfastandlast.com. The Bradco Companies present This Date in High Desert and Mojave River Valley Sports History. The Bradco Companies support the student-athletes, teams, and sports programs at Victor Valley College, Barstow College, and the schools throughout our Mojave River Valley. Trey Cox. 14-yard scoring pass to Marlon Dorsey is the only touchdown scored in the Victor Valley College 10-6 upset of top-ranked Los Angeles Valley. The winning touchdown comes with just over 2 minutes remaining. Marlon Dorsey explains the game winner.
Our quarterback just scrambled out the pocket, trying to make plays with his feet. We talked before the drive. He told me he was just going to put it up, and I went to go make a play.
James Zachary's interception with 1:11 showing on the clock helps seal the victory.
This is the #1 team against the #3 team, theoretically. I'd like to think that we'll be the #1 team at the end of this game.
Los Angeles Valley enters the game ranked #1 in the American Division of the Pacific Conference and riding a 15-game winning streak. Rams players from last year still have a bad taste in their mouth from the Monarchs' 31-point thrashing of VVC in Los Angeles. The Monarchs are the #1 team in the state in kick and punt return yardage. The Rams do not allow a single return yard in punt coverage, and Coach Dave Hoover's kickoff coverage, Rams allow a total of only 5 yards on their 2 kickoffs. Warren Horn, 23, and Tate Blaylock, 35, stopping the Monarch in his tracks on the opening kickoff. LA Valley's opening drive carries into Rams territory before forced to punt. Kendall Blakely applies the pass rush. Delvin Sproul, 9, and Tate Blaylock, 35, combine to bring down the pass receiver shy of first down yardage, forcing the punting situation. LA Valley is holding opponents to under 90 yards a game rushing, and Victor Valley College finds it tough going from the outset. The first Rams' big gain comes on Nolan Bramer's 10-yard scramble that gives VVC their initial first down at their own 33. Nolan Bramer, the former Oak Hills Bulldog and All Mojave River League quarterback of 2015. The 5'10", 190-pound Nolan Bramer scrambles for 7 more yards 3 plays later, but the Rams are forced to punt it away, ending their first possession. Eric Parra's excellent punt, a 46-yarder, pins the Monarchs back at their 12. DJ Roper, 41, Cameron Spratley, 45, Franco Rodriguez, 3, and Gilberto Torres, 1 in special teams coverage. The Monarchs' second possession, a 9-play drive into the Rams' red zone. Freshman defensive back John White, 2, sacks the quarterback on this third down play, and LA Valley misfires on a field goal attempt, coming up empty on this drive. A Rams turnover puts the ball right back in Monarchs' hands, though, and this time LA Valley succeeds on a short field goal try, taking a 3-0 lead with under a minute remaining in the first quarter. The breaks continue, going LA Valley's way. On the first play of the second quarter, the pass attempt batted up and intercepted. Monarchs ball at the VVC 38. After 2 big gains, returning LA Valley to the red zone, a Kendall Blakely sack pushes the Monarchs back, and the visitors are forced to punt the ball away. A glimpse of VVC's later and greater success at running the ball is offered on this 7-yard gain by Sean White, but the Rams' third possession ends when forced to punt it away. The Monarchs threaten again until the pass intended for former Oak Hills Bulldog Jeremiah Lorick slips through his hands and is intercepted by John White at the 1. What follows is a methodical 99-yard scoring drive featuring 10 running plays against a team that has given up less than 90 yards total in rushing yards per ball game.
I was just thrilled that we did a great job of getting the ball out of the end zone, so at least we wouldn't be backed up punting, and then they just kept going.
Sean White starts it from the 1 to the 6. The front line, center Rocky Sua, 55. Left guard Kevin Merrican, 50. Left tackle Jack Broyles, 66. Right guard, 61. Adrian Council. Right tackle Tron Simon Barrington, 70. They average 300 pounds. Sean White pounds straight ahead for 6. First down from the 12. 6 more for the 5'9", 225-pound fullback. On 3rd and 3, Tron Simon Barrington and tight end Robert Evans create a gaping hole. Sean White, 17 yards, on his way to becoming the first ball carrier to rush for 100 yards this season against LA Valley. 3rd and 7 from the 39. Trey Cox pitches to Marlon Dorsey, who carries into Monarchs territory. 18 yards to the 43. 2nd and 6 at the 29. Maurice Pitts gets outside for 15 yards into the red zone at the 14. This drive is consuming 6 minutes, and we are coming to the 1-minute mark before halftime. There are 41 seconds showing on the clock when former Hesperia Scorpion Dominic Hernandez drills the field goal from 29 yards out. The drive, the 15-play masterpiece that began back at their own 1, draws the Rams even at 3 at halftime. LA Valley regains the lead with a third-quarter field goal. The game-winning drive begins with 6 minutes remaining in the fourth. Trey Cox scrambles for a first down. The freshman quarterback, 6 foot 192, out of Little Rock, Arkansas. The game-winning play comes on a 3rd and 8. Trey Cox, under heavy duress, unloading toward Marlon Dorsey, who comes back on the ball from the midst of 3 defenders.
Oh yeah, our coaches teach us every day to come back to the ball as our quarterback scrambles out, so we got to make a play when we make plays.
One summary analysis, the Monarchs are left seeing double. A pair of white deuces, defensive standout Ajon White, 2, and running back Sean White, number 2 on offense, a pair LA Valley cannot draw to.
Kids could not have played harder. Our defense was unbelievable. And the offense just keeps finding ways to score in the fourth quarter. It's just an amazing group of kids.
Coach Dave Hoover's amazing group of kids, next home game Saturday, October 14th against Southwestern. Looking back in high desert sports history, would Apple Valley's big plays on defense be enough for the Sun Devils to overcome stubborn Burros in this 2013 shootout? The Victor Valley College Rams shut down mighty Southwestern 34-14 for their 4th victory of 2015 and 15th consecutive win for the program. Silverado's Sam Taylor and Serrano's Austin Williams and Sultan Sullivan shine in Victor Valley College come from behind wins in 2016. For the Apple Valley Sun Devils, it was one big play after another. But would these big plays be enough to defeat a stubborn Burros team? The home team, Sun Devils defense, got the team off to a thunderous start when Jacob Munoz scooped up a Burros fumble on the visitors' opening series, running it in from 40 yards out in the opening minute of play. But Burros would retaliate, scoring on a big play of their own, a 71-yard scoring pass, and Apple Valley found themselves trailing 7-6 in the early going. The first huge play on offense came following the first Burros score. Justin Connors unloads to Brandon Mapstead, who outruns the Burros secondary to score on an 80-yard play. Apple Valley's huge play number 3 early in the third. It's 2nd and long. Justin Connors fakes the pass, finds a seam, and goes full steam. 83 yards for the touchdown. It's Apple Valley back in front, 20-14. Its defense does its job again on the final play of the third quarter. Justin Wagner's pass interception sets up the drive leading to the 4th Apple Valley touchdown of the night. Connors to Mapstead in the corner of the end zone. Apple Valley 27, Burros 14. But Burros comes right back with a long sustained drive, making it a one-possession game once again, 27-21. On the Sun Devils' ensuing possession, the home team, orange and black, seemed to put the game away when Tevin James gets outside and races 64 yards to score. Apple Valley 34, Burros 21. Apple Valley emerges with the 34-21 triumph. The Victor Valley College Rams shut down mighty Southwestern 34-14 for their 4th victory of 2015 and 15th consecutive win for the program. Victor Valley College enters the game ranked 17th in the state, Southwestern ranked 18th. The Rams score twice in the first 4 minutes this final Saturday of September. Quarterback Sam Allen passes for a pair of touchdowns, one to Desmond Johnson, who also returns a punt for a touchdown. The final score, Victor Valley College 34, Southwestern 14. The Victor Valley College Rams stand at 2-1 on the year following a second straight come-from-behind effort and victory against a lower-ranked opponent. Coach Dave Hoover's Rams fell behind at West Los Angeles before rallying to beat those Wildcats 47-30. First-year quarterback Sam Taylor, shown here in earlier home games, threw 2 more touchdown passes, and fellow freshmen and former prep stars from local schools played roles in the Rams' highest-scoring offensive performance of the still young season. Sultan Sullivan of Serrano All-CIF fame caught a touchdown pass. Former Barstow Aztec and 2015 Desert Sky League Most Valuable Player Brandon Pierce ran for 88 yards, averaging 7+ yards per carry. Brandon Pierce is the Rams' leading ball carrier 3 games in. Sam Taylor has completed 50% of his passes for 528 yards and 6 scoring passes. Freshman kicker Austin Williams is 6 for 8 in field goal attempts, bad snaps from center causing the misfires. Austin Williams is 10 for 10 in extra point attempts. The leading Rams tackler is Mylan Rawlings, 2. The defensive back out of Silverado averages 6 tackles a game. 12-year-old Little Jason Andrews, 3 to 4 seasons into racing. First year in restricted class.
What's the biggest difference now that you're up into restricted compared to racing before?
Well, one, you could go a whole lot faster through the corners, and it's just fun getting a little bit sideways almost every Saturday.
Jason's dad, a track champion in stock car racing. Note the number 26 and similar color scheme of the race cars.
You're driving 26. That's a number that's been handed down. How did you get interested in racing? How did you get started?
Well, when my dad was racing stock cars, I was always watching him. And one day I was like, Dad, can I race? He was like, are you sure? I was like, yeah.
Little Jason also answers to Bones.
Well, where did you come up with the nickname Bones?
Well, I was a little kid when I was 3 when it started. My uncle started it. I honestly don't understand how.
Was it Uncle Kevin, the K-Dog, throwing his nephew the Bones nickname? No, turns out his Uncle Tommy once said to him, "What's up, J-Bones?" And a couple of days later, when his mom said, "Jason, come to Mommy," he looked at his dad and Mom, took the binky out of his mouth and said, No, call me Yay-Bones." He's answered to that ever since. He has also answered the call when it comes to racing. His first restricted class victory in the main in September. Sure not to be his last.
The Bradco Companies present This Date in High Desert and Mojave River Valley Sports History. The Bradco Companies support the student athletes, teams, and sports programs at Victor Valley College, Barstow College, and the schools throughout our Mojave River Valley. Your High Desert Sports Report is brought to you by Down Home Grill in Victorville on the corner of Bear Valley Road and Ridgecrest Road.
Sold.
Bid fast and last, sold on supporting High Desert sports. Howard's, recognizing and supporting the teams, athletes, schools, and sports programs throughout the Victor Valley. The Bradco Companies, supporting all of the teams and sports programs throughout the Mojave River Valley. Iwanzak Law Firm, trial lawyers for serious problems. Valu Quality Truck Body. Valu manufactures state-of-the-art truck bodies for the construction industry nationwide. Griner, Buick GMC in Victorville. Griner has the best damn used cars, period. And by the Community Table Restaurant in the Holiday Inn in Victorville, supporting high desert teams, athletes, and sports programs. Terry Kurtz here, inviting you to join us on Terry Kurtz Online, immediately following your High Desert Sports Report. It's the most informative and entertaining half hour of High Desert television today. This is your High Desert Sports Report, the Victor Valley's only weekly action highlights sports program, covering our area's schools, teams, athletes, and sporting events.